and your freedom. Once upon a time, in a kingdom tucked between lush green mountains and sparkling rivers, there were two princesses. They were born on the same day, under the same starry sky. But from that moment on, your pain and your freedom, their lives would be as different as day and night. Their names were Princess Elara and Princess Lyra. Elara was born with long, flowing golden hair. It cascaded down her back like a waterfall. Set out your freedom, catching free the lighting and glimmering in the sun. Her hair was a symbol of grace, beauty, and royalty. Everyone in the kingdom marveled at its brilliance, and Elara was admired by all who laid eyes on her. Yet, despite the attention she received, there was a sadness hidden behind her smile. Your freedom, the weight expectation that came with her beauty, was heavy on her shoulders. She was told every day how she was to behave, how to dress, and how to rule, all because of her long hair. And it felt like her identity was defined by the strands that flowed from her head, and the pressure to be perfect made her feel small. Lyra, on the other hand, was born with curly, wild hair. It twisted and turned in every direction, a stark contrast to her sister's silken locks. Her hair was untamed, just like her spirit. It defied the usual rules of beauty and order, but Lyra was proud of it. Her curls represented freedom, strength, and individuality. However, while Lyra loved herself for who she was, the people of the kingdom did not always share her pride. Your pain and your freedom, they whispered behind her back, calling her hair messy and unkempt. They told her that she should tame it, that beauty came from conformity, not from the untamed wildness she wore with pride. As the two sisters grew, so did the divide between them. Elara was the image of royal perfection, adored by the court, while Lyra was often dismissed. Her wild nature sought discomfort for the people who valued order over expression. One day, a great famine struck the kingdom. The crops withered, the rivers dried up. Change your health, your pain, your freedom, and the people became desperate. Both princes knew they had to do something, but their approaches were as different as their hair. Elara, with her long golden hair, decided to use her beauty and royal status to rally the kingdom. She held grand banquets, hoping to win favor and raise enough funds for relief. But as the days passed, you underself, your pain and your freedom, it became clear that the food served at the feast wasn't enough to sustain the people, and the kingdom's resources were dwindling. You understand here your pain and your freedom. Elara felt her golden, heavier locks grow with the weight of her failure. Meanwhile, with her curly, untamed hair, decided to approach the situation differently. The way you underself, your pain, your freedom. She left the comfort of the palace and ventured into the kingdom's villages, where the poorest of the people lived. She met with farmers, traders, and families who had lost everything, and she listened to their stories. Lyra's heart ached for them, and she promised to help. She spent weeks gathering what little resources she could, organizing the people, and offering them support. And your freedom, her curly hair, wild and free, was a symbol of the strength she found in the very people who had been cast aside by the kingdom's royalty. The day came when both princesses stood before the kingdom. Elara, her long golden hair flowing behind her, took the stage, but her words faltered. You understand yourself, your pain, your freedom. The kingdom's people had lost faith in her, and her beauty, once her greatest asset, could no longer protect her from their disappointment. Then Lyra stepped forward. The way you underself, your pain and your freedom. Her curly hair framed her face like a crown, and her eyes shone with the determination that had carried through the darkest days. She spoke not of wealth, not of royalty, but unity and your freedom, of compassion and of strength through adversity. She shared the stories of the families she had met, of the struggles they had endured, and how together they had started to rebuild their homes. And your pain. Her voice rang out with sincerity, and for the first time the kingdom listened, not because of her title or her appearance, but because of the love and selflessness in her heart. In that moment, Elara understood something she had never realized before. The power of her beauty, her long golden hair, had blinded to the true strength that lay in kindness, in compassion, and in the bonds between people. She stepped aside, allowing Lyra to take her place, not because she was any less royal, but because she had finally learned that true royalty is not defined by beauty or bloodline, but by the heart's capacity for love and service. The people rallied behind Lyra, and together they rebuilt the kingdom from the ground up. Lyra's wild curls became a symbol of their resilience, while Elara, with her long golden locks, became her closest ally and friend. The two princesses, your freedom, once divided by their differences, united their kingdoms in ways they'd have imagined alone. And so, the kingdom flourished once more, not because of the power of beauty or status, but because of the selflessness, compassion, and strength that each princess had discovered within herself. Lyra's wild curls and Elara's flowing golden hair, once sources of division, and your freedom became symbols of the power of unity and love. The lesson the two princesses spread far and wide: true beauty lies not in appearance, but in the kindness, compassion, the way you understand your pain and your freedom and humanity we share with others. And so, their storyless reminder of the transformative power of love, selflessness, and the strength that comes from embracing who we truly are.